And we are back. It has been a while. I want to say a couple weeks. Um, but nothing really has changed. You know why we're here. We're getting to the end of the new year. And not the new year. We're getting the end of the year and the start of what is a new year. December is always interesting because um, I think a lot slows down, like professionally. Um, Business kind of slows down, but personally, there's a lot of activities around the middle and the end of December, and we're in that period where um, everything is happening all at the same time, especially in your personal lives. And if you believe in the idea of like Christmas and all those, this could be a festive occasion for a lot of you. So, but we're gonna get into that. Pardon my voice. I don't know. Something's going around. I don't think that I have it, but uh, I do feel like an itch in my throat. So if it comes across, give me some grace. We're gonna start off how we always start off with a exercise in mindfulness. Um, 10 breaths. Focus on your breath. Starting now. Um, Now that we're here, uh, let's give you a brain teaser. This one, first time seeing it, it might be new to you or it may not. Let me know. You find me in December, but not in any other month. What am I? You find me in December, but not in any other month. What am I? I don't know. I grew up in a household where I don't. I want to say that we weren't big on gifts. The idea of giving gifts, whether at birthdays or any form of celebration or Christmas, it was less about the gift giving and more about just presence and being around family and sharing those moments. And like there's always a dinner because um, one of my oldest brother's birthday is uh, Christmas Eve. So, and we'd always have like a celebration for him. And it felt more about that than the actual art of giving gifts. And I don't know if that plays into the fact that I myself, I've never been a good gift receiver. I still don't know how to receive gifts, but that's a conversation for another time. Um, Giving gifts have always been interesting for me, though, especially I have kids, and as much as I want to carry on whatever I believe was a tradition with my family about like making it less about gifts, I do understand that we live in a world where like gifts are a huge part of the childhood experience. So I've had to learn and adjust to the times, and we've done like many different things. I think the last few years we've done this thing where everyone gets one gift from the other, and it has to be something meaningful. And in theory, it sounds good, but I think being here and seeing how um, Christmas is celebrated, I think a huge part of that is like just opening a lot of gifts and wrappers everywhere, and that just what I've now learned what Christmas morning feels like. But um, gifts are interesting because I've learned over time that one particular gift can mean multiple different things depending on the timing, the event, what it is, and when it is given, and actually to who it is given. Um, and I remember, quick backstory. I did an executive program at Columbia, and it was around design thinking, which makes sense. And in it, we're supposed to give the perfect gift, or at least find out what it was or what it is. And I remember it was me and a group of other executives that took part in it, and we went into around New York City, like ran around New York City and interviewed, did some design research and primary and secondary research to kind of get an idea of what it is a perfect gift. And one of the exercises we did was just like randomly running through the mall and then asking people, hey, like, it's gift giving season. What are you giving as a gift? And things like your typical gifts came up, like obviously all the Apple products, Apple watches and iPads and even devices, and then I'd ask, when do you give those gifts? And it always it depends. So it could be like, let's choose one, like an iPad. Ironically, my oldest has asked for an iPad for Christmas. But an iPad, if I give you an iPad on your birthday, it is supposed to say happy birthday. It's supposed to give off that emotion, I appreciate you. If I give you an iPad during Christmas, it's supposed to say Merry Christmas. If I give you an iPad in any different segment going off to school, like it as much as it is an iPad, depending on the context and who you're giving it to, it reads a different. It's equated to like a card. The card reads something different, and I'm not talking like a physical card. I'm just talking like the words that are attached to it. And it got me to think. And in that design thinking and research, I realized that it's people, when they give these gifts and and they make this association with value, they hope that value can translate into the words that they can't necessarily put together. And the solution I ended up coming up with myself and my team it's called the gift box, where in it's think of like a photo booth, and you sit in it and you say the event that you're celebrating. So if it's a birthday, who is being celebrated, and what you want to say. And in it, we'd capture you saying the thing in your voice. And if you're not the best with words, we'll create that for you, like draft a possible warm words that could match what we believe the feeling that you're trying to capture in this message. And then it would create this 3D image inside a gift box. And then when you open it, it'll be your face, like almost like a hologram. And it's you showing appreciation, giving gratitude, all the things that you truly want to say, that you hope that the iPad could say, but it never does. And that was the gift box. And I want to say it was successful. I think because of how short or condensed the program was, we didn't have an opportunity to actually implement it and put it in the middle of Times Square or somewhere to see how effective it would be. Even though I every now and then I think about it and I really want to go back to it. But the point I'm trying to make is, like, around this time, the difficulty in gifting is not because buying gifts is hard. It's finding the gift that captures or encompasses all that you want to say, how you want to say it, and to the person you want to say it to, which has always been a hard task. And as I am thinking about it, that's the reason why it's always been difficult, because I'm big on meaningful gifts. And as I've grown older, I've realized how to leverage my creativity in giving meaningful gifts. And on top of that, gifting can be expensive, right? And when you measure the transactional nature of gift giving and how much it costs and the amount of people, depending on who you are, that you have to gift, it's honestly an expensive habit. And I wanted to spend today focusing on creative gift giving, where it's less about what it is in regards to material things and cost associated with it, and more about, well, taking it a step further. So it's now more about what it is, why you're giving it, and to whom that you're giving it to, which makes it important. Because, and the reason I'm tying creativity to this, because I think creativity is the ultimate form of generosity. It is gift giving, because in it, we've taken ideas or concepts, or leverage our imagination to bring things to life that never existed, which in itself is a gift. And for us that get inspired by our own lives, we might be able to create things out the blue and for our own selves. But I've always also said that there's a level of selflessness that comes with creativity, and that selflessness allows you to employ empathy to see and live the experiences of the people around you, and create for them, and in turn gift them with your art, with your creativity, with the products of your creativity, which I think is truly the art of gift giving. And I'm saying that knowing that the idea of a gift and gift giving is, as much as it is about the gift, it is more so about the person that you're giving it to. And a gift doesn't become a gift until it's received. And whether or not we want to be accepting of that fact, that a huge part of what makes a gift special is how it impacts the receiver of that gift. And I'm saying that because this is why I want to emphasize the importance of creative gifts. Because something that came from your, that is a reflection of your relationship, that was built either by your hands or came from your brainchild, or it captures a feeling that only you and this person could truly understand, or there's this idea of a hidden element that can only be uncovered by the two people, the gift giver, the creator, and the receiver. And I think that is important, because most products that exist in the stores, on the shelves, online, won't be able to capture that level of personal connection, that level of relatability, the level of emotion and feeling that would be captured if it was something that you created yourself. And I honestly believe that whatever comes from that, whatever gift you're able to create from that, will be received and appreciated greater than, let's say, an iPad. And because of that, one of the things that we talked about was this idea of like creativity extends beyond the realms of what we think is possible. But I also believe that a gift that comes from your creativity is a gift that keeps on giving, because it's almost like a moment in time. But not only that, it has this nostalgic feel to it. So every time you see that thing or you experience that thing, it takes you back to the origins of it, and the why, and the from whom. And it almost brings this warm feeling that a lot of these off-the-shelf products might not be able to give. And I think that is important, especially around this time. And I'm saying this out loud because I am in this process right now. Like I am looking at the people in my life, the ones I love, the ones I care for, and I'm asking myself, like, what is it that I could give them that is going to be meaningful enough for them to, that it captures how I feel, and the gratitude that I have for them, and they're able to receive it. And one of the things I notice, especially people tend to tell me this a lot, and I think it's because of my creative mind and almost like engineer architect mind. But I observe a lot, and I kind of watch people, and I take notice of things that they might not necessarily be conscious that they do, or they're conscious but they think they're the only one that notices it. But then for some reason I'm able to notice it. And I feel like in those pockets is where I figure out the perfect gift for people. I think people will tell you what they want without you having to ask. I think it's when we ask that then they overthink it. And that overthinking turns into either an iPad or saying, oh, I don't want anything at all. But I think if you listen to people and you allow yourself to give them the space and grace to be able to be themselves, gifting becomes a lot easier. And I think the art of creative and meaningful gifts, or just the practice of giving that, is lost. I think we are flooded with new technology, and we're flooded with like devices and these cold tools or products that, in all honesty, they're all like separators. And I think we need to get back to being able to say what we feel, how we feel, when we feel it, and to the people who've allowed us to feel those things, and to those same people who we want to share that feeling with so they can also feel the same thing. And I don't know that you can capture that with something that is off the shelf. I think I want to challenge you as creatives to take a second to go build something, go create something as simple as a card. I remember now there's all these Hallmark cards and all these card manufacturers, but back in the day, my family there, I can't remember the software that we used to have, that you can go in and you can write your own card and choose from designs and then print it out, and then like you'd fold the A4 paper. I say A4, yeah, fold the paper, and that would be the card. And I'm sure Hallmark has all these creative writers and who can write really meaningful things that captures the way you feel. And with AI these days, like, it's easy to craft messaging, but I want us to get back to handwritten cards, creating little, like, what do they call it? Like, maybe, like my daughter like loves like jewelry, and but she also loves the art of creating it. Maybe instead of buying her a bracelet, maybe her and I can Christmas Eve like make one together. And it could be an event, like an activity for me and all my kids. I wasn't thinking about this before, but now that I'm talking about it, I feel like that might be what Christmas is for us, where we spend the time. I'll buy all these like pieces and parts, and we are forced is a strong word. we are given the tools and the space to create for each other in that moment with each other. And I think that gift, what we create in those in that activity is going to be more meaningful because there's an experience tied to it. There's reason, there's an event, there's a time that is captured. And when whatever we create from it is less about that thing and more about how we got to that point. Because I don't know any other way for an iPad to tell my children how much I love them. How much Christmas is so special to me because I get to share it with them. And there's going to be mistakes in putting whatever it is that we're building together. And that's a sign of vulnerability, which I think creativity is. There's going to be laughter. There's going to be some maybe sadness, some competition. But all in all, I think what will come from it, even though we're pulling from the same set of parts and tools, it's going to be our own uniqueness in everything that we create. And the receiver gets to see the vulnerability, the effort, the passion, the laughter, the emotions, the love that went into creating the gift. And I'm hoping that that is enough for them to appreciate it. And even if it's not attached to words, it's attached to a memory, a visual, a moment that'll live longer and way beyond something that I go and buy in the store. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, everything that you celebrate. I hope that you find space to celebrate it peacefully, to celebrate it with amongst the people that you love. I hope that you're able to gift through creativity. And the gifts that come from your creativity are appreciated and are able to encapsulate all the feelings and emotions and gratitude that you want them to. So the receiver feels the love, feels the appreciation, and receives it well. Let's end this. I started off with the riddle or puzzle that says, you find me in December, but not in any other month. What am I? I am the letter D. As always, go be great. If this is the last episode before the 2026, Happy New Year. And I will see you on the other side.